Yeah. Hi there, Kim Willis again in my little group here. Got a good topic for you. My most embarrassing moment on Facebook Live and how I live to fight another day. Yeah. And so anyone who thinks that you start at the top and things just get better from there, delusional. Doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. We start out doing something, we make a mess of it, and then sooner or later we figure out how to make it work just by hanging in there. Okay, who we got here? Who have we got? Janice. Hi, Janice. How are you? Have I got the pronunciation right? Lizabella. Good to see you again. Yeah, Lizabella. Love that name. Lizabella. Lizabella. You could write a little song about that, I reckon. Yeah. All right. Okay. The old Facebook Live. Well, it's not that old, but it's been around for what, how long? 3 years? 3 years, something like that. I was a late adopter. I got to be honest with you. I had a philosophical problem with it, or even a strategic problem with it. I saw a lot of Facebook Lives in the early period there, and they were terrible from other people. I didn't do it, as I say. Yeah, so I thought, it's going to be a fad. Well, look at it. 3 years later, it's bigger than ever. And some of the broadcasts are getting better. They're getting better, for sure. So that gave me a belief that this is probably going to go in the right direction. And generally, hey, generally, this we can say this industry, this live streaming industry, is doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. We see, well, Netflix, that's an obvious example, and other competitors, Amazon Prime and all of that. And then we now even see not Yahoo, YouTube. YouTube, they now have live streaming, okay? Now, I don't think it's going to become as popular as Facebook Live, but we shall see what happens. But look, we all start out with a given strategy. Sometimes we mess up, and that's exactly what happened to me. I messed up the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time. Oh, goodness. Talk about a sucker for punishment. I look back and think, well, why did I persevere? I don't know. That's probably in my DNA. I do tend to persevere. But I didn't get back on the horse the very next day after that first stuff up. I didn't get back on the horse the next day. I decided to just give it a break for a week and try again, right? And that's, there's different ways of handling it. But look, when I did my first public speaking gig in the real world, face to face with a real audience that I could eyeball, I made a complete mess of it. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I made a complete mess of it, and a third of the room walked out on me halfway through my talk. How would you feel if that happened to you? You'd be mortified, wouldn't you? Absolutely mortified. By the way, anybody else here had some embarrassing experiences in front of people, like public speaking or even on the telephone, making some calls to prospects or something like that, or Facebook Live or something like that? Anybody? Anyone want to share? I'm sharing my story. Why don't you share yours? It'd be great to hear it. Or great to see it. Yeah. Who else we got here? Ah, yes, Ange. Hi, Ange. Haven't seen you for a while. Great to see you again. Yeah, so please share. Don't let me be the complete guinea pig here. But the reason why I'm sharing it is just to let you know that it's okay. It's completely okay. I think it's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. It's part of this journey that we're on, and we all have to start out as newbies. We got to kind of learn the skills. We've got to we just got to make some mistakes, and then we learn from those mistakes, and then we try again, and maybe we do it a little bit better. We're starting to feel a little bit more confident, and things just gradually improve. That's it. The worst thing you can do is quit. If you've decided on a strategy and you believe that strategy is a good strategy, you've got to hang in there. So that's why I'm now doing a lot of Facebook Lives. Well, for me, a lot of Facebook Lives. I'm doing this week. I'll do about 4. Last week was 3, but it was a short week with Easter and all of that, the tail end of Easter, and then Australia had another holiday towards the end of the week as well. So this week will be about 4. I may squeeze a 5th one in. I'm running them on my page, my new business page called $1 Million Tribes. I do about 2 or 3 there. I've decided I'm going to do at least 1 in this group, Tribe Builder Community, and I'm running 1 or so on my personal profile, and I may step that up. Personal profile's quite powerful, actually. I get most engagement on the personal profile. I do at the moment, because my business page is a new page, so I just don't have a big enough following as yet. But personal profile, that's great. Okay, so let me share you the first embarrassing moment. The first embarrassing moment was that I decided to use my mobile phone, my cell phone, and I was broadcasting upside down. That's how it appeared to the viewer, right? I think I was just holding the phone wrong, something like that. This would have been 2 years ago. I did my first live, maybe less than 2 years ago. Like I say, I'm a little bit of a late adopter, but yeah. And I didn't bother to check in and see comments from people who were saying, "Hey, you're upside down," right? I broke every rule in the book. I did. I broke every rule in the book, but okay, I made a mess of it. Left that broadcast with the tail between my legs, metaphorically speaking, and thought, "Oh boy, I've got to do better than this. I've got to get my act together." I was unprepared. I didn't prepare myself properly. There's a clue. I didn't prepare myself properly. So I just left it alone for a week and came back and did it again. Second embarrassing moment was when I had my guitar. Okay. So I decided, because I saw someone else, she played a guitar. She played more rock and roll. I'm more a jazz guy. But I thought, right, I've got a magnificent jazz guitar here. I'm going to show it to people, and I might play a little melody or something like that. And just as I was about to do it, freaking string broke on me, didn't it? Oh, that was the end of that idea. So, but anyway, I quickly put that behind me. I turned it into a bit of a joke. And that time I was using my laptop, so I didn't have to worry about using the mobile phone. So people could see the guitar. So it was a good prop. There's another clue. Using props, showing people stuff. And the other day I was, let me see, I bought these crazy Elton John style sunglasses, right? So I started wearing them. You can see me doing that on my Tribe Builder Community. My $1 Million Tribes page, business page, $1 Million Tribes. So doing all sorts of crazy things like that. Last week, I was making a point about small audiences, how you can make very good money from a small audience. It's a myth, and I'm going to I'm going to be doing a kind of a reprise or a repeat of this topic on my personal profile. So if you're a friend of mine, Facebook friend of mine, you can see that. You can see that. I'll be doing it straight after this one, right? And so what I was doing last week is I was showing people that small is good. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Small is good. So I was showing people some of the small things that I've got in my life, right? Little physical things like these things I sometimes eat. They're baby cucumbers, pickled baby cucumbers, and the French call them cornichons, right? And I'm currently living in a former French colony, so you can go and buy these cornichons anywhere, and they're only little baby cucumbers, but they taste great, crunchy, really good. Okay, so small is good. So, so I was using props. And what I found is that works. Now, I know I'm getting off the topic here, but I'm just giving you a couple of clues here, a couple of little hints. I'm going to be running a training on Facebook Live in the near future. What's another embarrassing moment? Okay, this is one that everyone will face well, most people will face when they start out, and that is that you don't have an audience when you do your first one. You may not have an audience, or at least you won't have one for the first couple of minutes, all right? And when that happened to me, I was mortified, absolutely mortified. It wasn't the first one. The first one, I did it on my personal profile, so I had almost an instant audience. That was that was the one when I was holding the phone upside down. So that made it even more embarrassing because I had all these people who were seeing it and trying to tell me not to fix my phone. But I have done them without any audience, at least initially, right? I've done them, not on my personal profile, but in little groups, one of my smaller groups, not this one, but another one. I've done them on a Facebook page where engagement had been historically low on that Facebook page, and there was crickets. All I could hear were crickets, right? And did it worry me? Initially, yes. And if it happens to you, it'll probably concern you a bit, but don't worry about it. What I've discovered, particularly with using Facebook pages, you do. So I did one on my Facebook page at probably a bad hour for bad timing for the audience. And I didn't have one person on the call, not one. And in times past, that would have really worried me. It would have freaked me out. But I just thought, nah, the heck with it. I'm just going to continue on as normal. I'm just going to continue on. Doesn't matter. I'm just pretending I'm recording a video for future release. And that was my mindset. I don't care whether there's people on the call or not. I don't care, right? That's my attitude. And I'm probably fortunate in a way because I was drawing on past experiences in the offline world when I was running seminars and information evenings for particular courses that I was promoting in the offline world. Okay, this is 15 years ago. And there were some nights where I had 100 people in the room. This is from advertising, okay? I had 100 people in the room, sometimes more. But I did have a few nights where I either had 1, 2, 3, or none. No one. And this is despite the fact that at least 10 people phoned up and booked in, yet they didn't turn up. I remember another time where I had to do one away from home. I had to drive an hour up the coast. This is in Australia. I had to drive up the coast to this beachside area, and I did it on the strength of the bookings. I had about 20 bookings, and 20 is good enough. See, small audiences, doesn't worry me, because I've proved it time and time again that if you've got the right audience, you'll make money anyway. So I had 20. I thought, right, that's worth it. I'll jump in the car and I'll go up and do it. The hotel had been booked, all of that. And when I arrived, well, by the time I arrived, there was this massive thunderstorm. Massive. It was one of the biggest I've ever seen. There were trees on the highway going, heading north. There were, I saw trees broken onto the freeway there. And I thought, oh boy, this is not looking good. But I said to my wife, she was with me, I said, well, we can't really turn back. Maybe a couple of people will turn up, whatever. Maybe the storm will have cleared by the time we get there, and everyone will front up. Although I was deeply skeptical as to whether they would. So we just pressed on, checked into the hotel, checked out the seminar room. Everything was set up. I had the PowerPoint, I had the slideshow thing all set up. Microphones, did a little sound check. So it's only a small audience, but I still wanted a microphone. And so I think it was for 8 o'clock, something like that, 8 p.m. And come 8 p.m., no one was there. No one was there, right? Now that's an embarrassing moment. Although no one's going to see me. If no one's there, it won't matter anyway. But it's very discouraging and disappointing. In the end, 3 people did come. They came late. They apologised. They said there were massive traffic problems, etc., because of the storm. But 3 people came. So what did I do? I didn't abandon it. I just did the talk. They'd come to see me. I'd travelled an hour up the highway there. What's the point of going back? At least make the most of it. There's 3 people. Okay, not much ambience in the room, and there wasn't much atmosphere or anything like that. But 3 people turned up and they wanted to hear me talk. So I gave a talk, and guess what? One of them ended up spending 10 grand. So that's why it doesn't worry me anymore. That type of thing, it doesn't worry me. I can have an empty room, not an empty room, but with Facebook Live, it doesn't matter if no one is watching the broadcast live. It does not matter. Because if luck goes your way, some people will pick it up on the replay and you'll get some engagement from that. And who knows, you may get a lead, or you may, if you've got an offer that you're promoting or something like that. So don't worry about it, folks. Don't worry about it. Who else have we got here? Charles. Hi, Charles. Good to see you. Charles, yeah. And Clive. Oh, Clive. Yeah, my mate Clive. You're still in Spain, mate? Where are you now? No, you wouldn't be in Spain because you wouldn't be in Spain now because it'd be the middle of the night. But anyway, it's okay. I'll talk to you later. So yeah, so that's the message there. You go. Try not to worry about it. If you have an embarrassing moment, if you have a technical meltdown or something like that. Like last week I had a power blackout. And I was just getting into the juicy stuff, right? I was like 15 minutes into it, or 10 minutes or something like that. I was getting into the juicy stuff, and then screen goes black, the fan stops. Oh, here we go. That was it. But anyway, I caught up and I did the same thing. I did it the next day, and there wasn't any blackout, so it worked out fine in the end. Yeah. So look, stuff happens, particularly when you're dealing with technology. Stuff happens. Things melt down sometimes. I had another time where my computer froze on me because I forgot to clear some of the tab pages. I had too many applications open and all the rest of it, and I think it just got a bit overloaded. This is my old computer, actually. That event, that situation, that mishap was the catalyst for me to decide, right, I've got to buy a new computer. It's got more capacity. So it was a good thing, wasn't it? Yeah. So UK, okay, UK. Thanks, Clive. But you were in Spain, weren't you, at one point? Something like that. I thought so. Yeah. So look, you just don't expect the worst, but just have it in the back of your mind. If something bad happens when you're doing one of these live things, it's okay. You can always make sense of it the next day. You can always catch up and do it again. Try again. Get back on the bike once more. So, okay, the first time I had that my very first broadcast, I waited a week before I got back on the bike. But it's probably better, with the benefit of hindsight, it's probably better to get back on the bike the next day and run the same topic again, which is exactly what I did last week when I had that blackout. Okay? So, look, I wouldn't worry about it. But before I finish, this is only going to be a short one because I want to do this other one on my personal profile, and I have advertised it, so I'll need to go there. Just let me check the time here. Okay, it's about time. All right, so I'll be a minute or two late, but just one more point. The value of Facebook Lives. Let me sell it to you if you're not yet convinced, because I am now a convert. I am a convert. I was a slow adopter, as I said. I was a late adopter. But I think the reason why it's good, one of the key reasons, is that it is highly favoured by Facebook, the Facebook algorithm. So, look, take advantage of it. It just means that you tend to get more reach with a live broadcast, Facebook Live. They give you more reach. In other words, they will display the content to more people. Let's say you're doing it on your personal profile. They'll display the content to more of your friends. You see how it pops up on the left-hand side there when someone else is running a Facebook Live? Right, same thing will happen for you. More people will see it. They'll display they'll display it to a higher percentage of your friends than they will other forms of text. Other forms of content, unless that particular post becomes a runaway success. But Facebook is automatically favoring it. And that to me is a big reason why you should get involved with it. Even if the mere notion of it frightens the living daylights out of you. The fact is you get more reach, you get more exposure to a bigger audience. And sometimes Facebook will display it. They will display it, your content, to people who aren't even your friends. I had that happen the other day. There were people who were commenting and liking and all that. And I checked, and these people are not my friends, right? So I reached out to them anyway, but they were not my friends. So it was good. It was very good. Look, video is powerful. There's no doubt about it. I still stand firm on the point about text-based content. That is also powerful if it's done properly. The problem is that a lot of text-based content is not very good, okay? And the same with a lot of lives are not very good. So it's the old thing, we've got to improve, work on our skills. We can't just wing it. We have to work on our skills. So it's presentation skills in a live format, okay, do that. Work on that. Just get better at it every day or every time you do it. And even if you only start out doing one a week or something like that, then you can maybe up it to 2 a week and maybe 3 and so on. Yeah, so there are some people like Frank Kern, who is a strong advocate, a great marketer, who's a strong advocate of doing daily lives, okay? I will say 6 days a week. And I would like to do daily lives, but at the moment, my schedule is too tight. I just can't, I couldn't possibly do 6 a week. But I can do 3 or 4. I can squeeze 3 or 4. So today, I will have done 2. Yesterday, I did 1. Monday, I didn't do 1. But today, so I've done 3. It's Wednesday, so I've done 3 this week. I'll do another one tomorrow, that's 4, and I'll probably squeeze another one on Friday, so that's 5. There you go. And the other little point I'm going to give you, as I say, I will do a training on this. It'll be more of a structured training, but the other little point is that the Facebook Lives need to be of a reasonable duration. So a little 2-minute Facebook Live ain't going to work. You're not going to get the benefit from the Facebook algorithm. You need to have it, I would say a minimum of 10 minutes, something like that. So you need to be able to talk for 10 minutes without constantly referring to notes. Have I referred to any notes? No. So you need to have that kind of thing sorted out, because if you can get them moving to the point where 10, 15 minutes, something like that, perhaps even 20, but I'd say 10 to be the minimum, you're going to get a benefit from the Facebook algorithm, because as more people log into their Facebook accounts, more of your, let's say your friends, log into your Facebook account, Facebook is going to pop up the live video. So you've got a better chance that more people will start watching it. And by the way, not everybody watches it to the end. Most people do not. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It gets you more reach. And particularly if you're using the Facebook Live strategy in conjunction with a business page strategy. That's why I'm also using business pages now in conjunction with Facebook Live, because you can retarget the people who've been watching the live. You can retarget them. So even if they only watch 10 seconds or 30 seconds, you can retarget that, okay? You can retarget those people, because obviously they had some kind of an interest to watch 10 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever it happened to be. So a few little bonus tips there for you today. I will depart. I don't think there's any questions there. So I'll depart. I'm going to head over to my personal profile. Next topic is basically a reprise of the one I did yesterday on my business page, and it's about how to make sales on Facebook without being pushy, without being salesy. Okay, it's a really good topic. So if you want to head over and have a look at that one, feel free to do so. All right, okay, I'll see you guys. I'll see you. Thanks for attending. Good on you.